doggone it, we're going to go for some big numbers next year. So we're watching and we're going to figure it out. So y'all have your medical record chart. We're going to start there. We're going to go over this really quickly, but this is the most critical part. If you're a foster, this is the most critical part to what we do when it comes to your pup. Sarah's going to go over it as if you just got your new puppy. Give me a puppy. I'll go get you a puppy.
A stuffed one.
Oh, no, okay, stay right there. You're on camera. Maybe on you.
Okay. All right, Sarah, here's your new puppy.
Oh, great. Look at how cute. What should we
It's a
name
little
it?
Roddy mix. That's a pit.
It's a
Chihuahua. They're all pit bulls.
Oh, yeah.
According to ACS. Everything's
Glad mix? Anybody? Glad mix? Okay, so here we go. In case you guys don't know who I am, my name is Sarah Reed. I am one of the board members for God's Dogs. I've been with them since the beginning when it was just me, Debbie, and Julie. Running to PetSmart up at 6 Farm Blanco every weekend for adoption events. Every weekend. So.
And we hauled everything in our own vehicle.
Mhm.
Y'all have gotten, we're all real spoiled.
Yes,
That trailer pulling
yes.
up, walking in, everything's all set up. Like,
So-
remember in the day?
Yeah. So we would run events up there every single weekend, set up, breakdown. It was a lot of work. Obviously, we've grown exponentially since then, and without fosters like you guys, we couldn't continue to keep doing what we're doing. Honestly, you guys are our lifeline. You guys are our blood. Huh? What? Oh, okay. All right. We'll get to that in a second. Anyway, okay, so that's kind of who I am. I'm also like your late night go-to person. On like second shift, I'm usually up pretty late. Everybody knows that. So say it's midnight and you have an emergency with your fosters, send me a private message. If you want my phone number, I'd be more than happy to give you my phone number. You can text me, call me anytime. I work from home for the most part, so I'm available for you guys. Also, spay and neuter for your dogs. April Marino, and I handle the Brooks and Fredericksburg location Humane Society. Debbie does HCAL. So if you need to get your dogs neutered or spayed, go to Debbie for HCAL or April or me for Brooks. The problem that we're having right now with that is the appointments are very, very scarce. So we're gonna have to kind of rearrange things now where we're going to prioritize the adopted dogs over someone that, you know. So they're gonna be the priority moving forward, is if your dog is adopted, they're first in line wherever we need to get them in, and then moving forward, we can do a sign-up sheet, we can do a waiting list. That
If there's
way we
already an
know.
appointment scheduled,
You're
we're
fine.
good, right?
You're
Yeah,
fine if you
yep.
already got it.
Yeah, so if you already have existing appointments, you're good to go,
This
but
is pretty
moving
common.
forward.
Yeah, this is pretty common this time of year.
Yeah.
This is the struggle, and it usually will run through about June, July.
Yeah.
We'll start seeing where it'll kind of calm down a little bit. This is pretty normal. It sucks. We try to get as many appointments as we can. My HCAL appointments are set. I have 6 puppies, 2 adults, period, on Tuesdays. They don't give me any more. I'm grateful for those. I used to have more. They took away part of them. They are building 2 new rooms out there for surgery. So at some point those numbers can get higher, but for now that's all we have. So
Mhm.
we're
Just be patient with us.
Yeah,
you know.
we're doing the best we
We're
can.
doing what we can with what we have. So, okay, so here we are. Julie comes up and says, here you go, here's your new puppy. Congratulations. So you'll get a folder with this sheet in it and some other information for when they get adopted. So the first thing you're gonna do is name your puppy. Please, 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 please check Pet Point and Pet Finder. And if there's already a dog with the name that you're trying to pick, please choose another one. That's like Bella, Lucy, Max, Buddy, Luna. Poor Callahan is like this is like Lucy number 27 now. So just kind of be creative with your names. It's part of it
best
is
you can.
for Callahan, and part of it is for our adoption counselors, because if if we have 5 Bellas and somebody sends in an application, well, which Bella are you interested in? So then they have to spend all that time trying to research who the foster is. So just be creative with your names. If you have any questions, just, ask me, ask Debbie, ask April, whoever you feel most comfortable with.
Yeah, the Callahan that she's referring to is Callahan Road Animal Hospital.
Yes, thank you, Kimberly. So that would be if you,
Sometimes you see the acronym CRAH, that's Callahan Road Animal.
mm-hmm, yep.
HCAL is Hill Country Animal League, and we apologize on that too on the notes on the message boards. And we take these for like home base.
You
Home
get it
base.
after a while.
Home base is Julie's.
Home base is Julie's. We don't mean to not share that information, which is just this, we get caught up in assuming everybody knows, so
Yeah.
we apologize for that.
And- Okay, so your name and your puppy, here we go, and you're gonna get a folder with this in it. So what you wanna do is fill in the name, the breed. The breed is just whatever best guess. If you're not sure, again, ask somebody and we'll help you try to figure it out. Color, the microchip number will happen after they get fixed. When you pick them up from either HCal or Brooks, there'll be a little sticker in there with 16, I think it's 16 numbers. It usually starts with 982, so just peel that sticker off and put it right there. So when you get them fixed, they're spayed or neutered, you wanna circle that, when they were fixed, and if you could write underneath where they were fixed, whether it was Brooks or HCal, that would be no. Date of birth, again, best estimates. Sometimes we're fortunate where the puppies are born in care, so we know their exact birthday, but just use your best guess. Okay, so this is an example of what you'll get when you pick up your foster after being fixed. So this is a sticker right here, just peel one off, put it on there. I also like to put it on the outside of the folder underneath their name, that way you're double covered. So hang on to this too, this goes into their file with their medical records. Okay, thanks Debbie. All right, so next up is shots. This is the part that gets kind of confusing for people. So if it was an adult, when they first come in, they'll get their initial DHPP shot. So you write the date, next due, and put the little stickers over here. If it's a puppy, if we have them long enough, we'd like to have 3 series of shots. So the rule of thumb is 1, 2, 3. So puppy comes in, get them their first shot, deworm them, good to go. Okay, here you go, great, thanks for coming by. 2 weeks, puppy gets second shot. So 1 first, 2, 2, 3, 3 weeks after that one, 3. So that's easy to remember, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
So just kind of, when you do it, just right next to you, that way, and just make sure you're checking your records periodically too, because I know everybody gets busy and crazy and things get missed, things get forgotten. So if you happen to forget that your puppy is due for a shot, it's not gonna make a difference if it's like a day late, it's fine. So those are the 3 for those. Bordetella, we do that, I usually do that with the second shot with puppies, so don't worry about that one. Rabies, again, they'll get that either when they're fixed or if they're old enough, we can always have you bring them down to Health Certs on a Tuesday and have Dr. G just do it real quick. Heartworm test is only for 6 months and older. This one is super duper important, especially if your dog gets adopted in Washington, because they are very, very strict about paperwork that goes up with them. If they are 6 months or older, they have to have a negative heartworm test before they can qualify to even travel. So, just so you know about that. Wormer, for puppies and adults, wormer for puppies is either the Panacur or Tri-Wormer, whichever one it is you have. For adults, it's part of their heartworm pill. So you would just write like Interceptor Plus for that. And then on the back, same for flea and heartworm. So you would just repeat Interceptor, Interceptor, Interceptor for adults. For puppies, it would be Panacur, Tri-Wormer, whatever it is. On the back, if they're too young, don't worry about the heartworm prevention, just write too young. Okay, anybody have any questions about this?
I know it's fast, and you're gonna have questions, don't hesitate to yell at us and say, what was that again?
Mhm.
You know, it's really just about remembering the importance of the
Yeah.
shots.
And keeping track, yes.
She's gonna post this on YouTube after, so you can also go back there and find it.
Perfect,
Great,
perfect.
thank you.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
I know I've been here a while, but my thing, the first time we've had little bitty puppies, when you're giving them their shots, you give that whole vial for 1.5 pound puppies that you do the bigger, just like half or?
Yeah,
half? Okay.
usually like half, and that's something we just started doing, because I always used to question that too. You know, I'm giving the same vial shot, but you have to think about it, you're giving that same shot to a 75-pound adult that comes in too.
Mhm.
So it's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
So yeah, there is no technical rule of thumb, but yeah, we go down to about a half.
okay, that's what I was taught to Jenny, but I just wanted to
Yeah, like your
bring that
little
up
teeny
because
tinies, yeah.
this
Yeah.
is the first time we've had them, and we've done tons of puppies that were that little,
Yeah,
and I'm like,
just crazy, isn't it?
DAPP only.
yeah,
No,
they all
yeah,
have the
yeah.
DHPP,
Yeah.
and I'm like, if you're gonna give fluids to a 1 pound puppy and it's a 1 cc syringe, it's a shot, it's like
Half their
come on,
weight.
just
Yeah,
double that.
no, and you're absolutely right. The same with the Bordetella. A Bordetella, we can actually split a Bordetella across a couple puppies, because all you need is one saline nostril coated. So you don't have to do individual, the whole, you know, because you're going to lose 2/3 of it shoots out of their nose anyway.
Mhm.
It doesn't even, it's not even effective. So yeah.
So age-wise, just to touch on that for a second, I just thought about this. So, say you have a 5-week-old puppy. Technically, they should get their first shot at 6, second one at 8, third one at 11. So just kind of to give you an idea.
Right.
But adults usually only get 1.
Right.
Teenagers, like
will
6 to
usually do
8
two.
will usually do 2. 6 to 8 months old will usually do 2. So again, if you have any questions about that, just reach out
And
to
also
me.
the other thing on puppies, if you get a litter of puppies, I get a lot of litters that look like hell. I mean, they're in rough shape. They might be 12 weeks old, but they're in rough shape. I don't vaccinate right away. We're gonna wait. I'm gonna get them a good week of solid nutrition under them, see how they're progressing. So most of you are not gonna get those puppies until you have had some more experience, but if you are already those folks who have been with us a while and have that experience and you do take on those a little bit more of a challenge puppies, those are the ones we are gonna wait a little bit to vaccinate. We're gonna see what they look like. You know, I've got litter in there right now. 2 are battling coccidia. I gave the other 4 their second booster. The 2 did not because they don't look good. So I'm just not gonna compromise. I'm not gonna add to their system something that can, because remember, parvo, the DHPP, we do 2 types of DHPP. There's a DHPP lepto, which we just started vaccinating for lepto about a year and a half ago. We've actually had 2 cases of lepto here, and we had one in the rescue and one a friend of ours, and it'll kill your dog. Doesn't matter age, and it's through urine. So leptos, they've seen more of it, so we actually, it's not expensive to add it to our booster, so we just went ahead and added it to our booster. So they'll get 1 DHPP lepto booster. So you'll get 1 DHPP, which is distemper parvo, and then your second one usually for puppies will be the DHPP lepto. And then your third shot will be usually just the DHPP. Sometimes if that's all we have or the lepto, then you're gonna get the lepto. But the lepto is something, if your personal dogs have never been vaccinated for, it might be something to talk with your vet about. I actually vaccinated mine later with it because we had one come through the rescue with it, and it was pretty scary. It'll shut down their kidneys
and their liver.
and they literally have to test them to even see if they'll survive. I mean, it was tough. And one of our fosters, her personal Chihuahua came down with it, and it was several $1,000s just to get her through it, and didn't know she'd make it, but she did. But it's, and I knew nothing of it, never heard of it before. So lepto's new, relatively new. I don't know. So, but if there's 6, so anyway, that's the record in a really quick. Like I said, we're going to touch on a lot of stuff. So I'm going to probably like overblow your brain. But it's just really, and if you have questions, don't hesitate to ask. Now, the big thing on your medical record, once you start your records, okay, and April, you need to clarify this for me for Jenny. Does she want them once they're fixed, or does she want them once they're started? A
When
copy.
they're started
Jenny? Okay.
and as they go.
So she
That's the
updates
Every
it
time
as
I
it-
write
yeah.
anything down here, she wants a picture of it.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, so that's,
If
see,
that's
I
what
do as I say, not as I do, because I'm the worst. These are all my puppies, not even
Definitely
started
want-
records yet. So, yeah, so as you, it's called records at godsdogsrescue.org, very simple. So when you start your dog's record, upload a copy of it. Now, if you don't have the ability to email or whatever, or to scan in an email, there's a free scanner apps you can put on your phone. They are pretty cool. What's it
They
called?
cam scanner.
Cam Scanner is
It's
one
awesome.
of them. Yeah, and you just take a picture of it, put the address, and it'll send it right to Jenny. And then once you do anything else, when your puppy gets its second shot, snap a pic, send it to Jenny. When your puppy gets spayed or
Records
neutered,
at, records at, records
you know, that would be take a picture of that record, send it to Jenny. Because that's what starts the whole process in building in our pet point system. We are trying to get organized, and let me tell you, there ain't nothing easy about it. There are so many moving parts to this. We are so grateful for the volunteers that help Jenny do all the records is massive. But they're also critical because we've had issues in the past couple years where a dog 3 years ago ends up showing up in a state where the owner about whatever happened, and we can't even find the dog because we can't find the chip because we dropped the ball on getting it registered. So it happens, and we are trying so hard to get our paperwork in line.
Yeah.
The absolute critical part is when they're adopted, they've got to have a copy of it.
Yeah,
before
so if nothing else, if you completely forgot to send your paperwork to Jenny, when you're getting ready to hand that dog off to your adopter, just snap some pictures of your paperwork. Best case, I mean, Laura does it at every event no matter what. She takes pictures of all their paperwork anyway. You're not gonna hurt. It's
She can
just,
throw it away if she doesn't need it.
yeah, exactly. It's just kind of one of those little things to tuck into your brain.
So for anybody that doesn't know who Jenny is, you'll hear her Call Jenny. Her name is Virginia.
Mhm.
So Virginia Robert Clements. If you ever see that name, that's who we're referring
That's
to.
Jenny. Yeah.
And Malcolm is her husband.
Right, he does all of our running the trailer to the different adoption locations. So, that's the record in a really quick nutshell. Very important. If you need a folder, we have folders for you, or you can. I like to buy them out at back to school time. I like
Oh,
to go
yeah.
and buy them
Good
there a
cheap.
nickel, and buy tons of them, and then get them ready. We'll get them for you if you need them. We can get anything for you as far as the record that you see here. We can send you that email. It is also on the volunteer page up in the files section. You can go in and print that. If you need us to print them for you, just yell. We're glad to do it. I always have a big stack.